So, I know what you're thinking. And yes, there has been, and for a short while will continue to be, a lot of Kill Tony stories that I am covering. And yet another in my incidental series based on the most popular comedy podcast in the world, Kill Tony, is a shorter but strong porter, if you will. It's a quickie, but a thickie. A fast one, but a well-cast one. It's about the recent episode of Kill Tony where Paulie Shore, the weasel himself, trolled the hell out of Tony Hinchcliffe. Now, let's play who, what, where, when, why, shall we? Paulie Shore is the son of the founder and legend of the LA comedy store, Mitzi Shore. He was huge in the 90s and did some legendarily popular comedy movies like Biodome. As a kid, due to his mother's obsession with the Comedy Store and the art of stand-up comedy, Paulie was raised around some of the more eccentric minds and personalities in comedy history. He's a bit of a wild card, and during episode 741 of Kill Tony, showed up to prove that he's not just another guest on the panel.
The Paulie Shore is here, ladies and gentlemen. Two of the biggest comedy store icons, two of the biggest comedians, #1 movies, #1 show on ABC's history, the Roseanne fucking show. And she's here. Now she has the Roseanne Barr podcast, and Paulie Shore has Random Rants, his podcast. You've both been on this show before. Welcome. How you doing, Paulie?
Thank you. I'm fucking just happy I survived this weekend here at the mothership. We had some crazy-ass shows. I can't believe they have this particular club on this particular street in front of so many fucking bars, dude. How the fuck I get here every night is fucking beyond me, dude. They could have put this on Congress where we could have been liberal little fucking queers out there and made it to the place on fucking time, dude. They made me ride the bull downstairs, and they don't let me go through the back like fucking Shane Gillis, dude. They had me go for the fucking front, dude, and I got people pissing on me in there, so... And that pizza next door is fucking disgusting, but the good thing is Red Band actually, besides being the producer, they'll give it up for Red Band.
Okay. Are you... All right.
Besides being here the producer, he also does pedicab on the side. So I've been in fucking his pedicab because it's another job that you can drink and actually drive. So give it up for Red Band and Tony.
Okay.
The boy,
I think it's pronounced petty carbs, by the way. He bicycles while eating.
It's an e-bike, too. It's not a regular bike.
Definitely an e-bike.
Thanks. I was really excited to have Roseanne Barr on the show because...
Are you the host tonight? This was supposed to be like a quick hello, and then we get to the thing. You have all these local jokes. You think the guy in Sweden cares about the pizza place next door? What the fuck are you doing right now? I'm glad that we're knocking it out early in the show so that I can set a precedent.
I took acid, which you're not supposed to do in 57, and I took a fucking Waymo, bro.
All right. Well, what? Well, now it's time to take a chill pill because I get to say hello to the queen herself, Rose.
Okay, so then Jack Shaw went up and was entirely mid, bordering on hard to watch. Jack was an interesting hire when they brought him on, but the longer he keeps showing up, the more and more angry he's getting about being roasted. The unfortunate part is he doesn't have the chops to roast back without coming off like a little brother who's just saying mean things. But enough about Jack. Let me know if you want to see a whole video about his arc on the show. I doubt there's a market for it, but it'd be fun to document his journey. After Jack was a stately woman who read from some recipe cards while on stage. After her less than mid performance, she began her interview, and Paulie does something that Tony notoriously hates.
No, I adore you, and I love the fuck out of you.
We love you, too.
No.
We love your hair. It's beautiful. It's very Halloween-y.
Oh, yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I kill in October. I've been called Elvira for years.
So what was up with the cue cards? What's up with that?
So
you go ahead, Paulie.
I'm a...
Like, I mean...
It makes sense. So... Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay.
Answer Paulie's question first.
Yeah, great person. So I'm a personality in rock and metal, so I've been interviewing bands for...
Nobody gives a fuck. Anyway, so Ashley, no, don't, let's do this.
This was only the first bucket pull, and Paulie kept ramping up his antics. Apparently, he's on acid, which is awesome of him, but he can't seem to stop trolling Tony.
Like, I have so many fucking times gone there for her, and I do not let people have said her name in vain, and I don't let people do that.
Yeah, that's not cool, right? I know. It's not cool. Can I ask you what's up with your cue cards?
Yeah.
I'm just want to figure out what's...
It is true.
Did you get them at Walgreens, CVS? What do you think?
Do you mind if I read?
God, that look he gives Tony, where he's clearly doing this to get under his skin, is gold. Normally, people are terrified of Tony Hinchcliffe. But, like when Ed Helms went on We Might Be Drunk, or when Dewey Cox was on Steve-O's podcast, Paulie doesn't need the Kill Tony audience to like him. He doesn't need the approval of Tony. He's watched Tony since Tony was practically a child, and there's a bit of an older brothery vibe to Paulie's incessant need to bother and prod Tony on his big show. Again, this has all been before the first bucket pull is even done with her interview, and there's more.
It is true.
Did you get them at Walgreens, CVS? What do you think?
Do you mind if I read one of the jokes that you didn't do off the cue card? I tend to be a lot funnier with... No, give me the whole stack, Paulie. No, that's not how it works, Paulie. Again, I don't know. If you're planning on doing this for the next 2 hours, you could shove that wig in your fucking mouth, buddy. All right.
Well, I don't know if you should do that, Tony. That's not cool. My name is
Nobody knows who you're doing an impression of, Paulie. I literally told you not to do that 2 days ago when you pitched the idea to me then. Are you out of your mind right now? Paulie, take a sip of delicious water for a second. Okay. Let's see if we can make this funny. Definitely not that one.
The bucket pull hands Tony her cue cards on which she's written all of her jokes. Now, I don't know what her process is like, but it seems like these cards are at least important to her. I mean, when I write something down, I allow it to leave my mind and assume that I'll remember that the note is there later on. Which is what makes this next bit so kind of heartbreaking.
I go wishy-washy. I'm bisexual. Give me a break.
Ashley, your jokes have been returned to you with a little joke book attached. Congratulations, you were the first bucket pull of the night. Take the sage advice. Oh my God. Wow. Jesus Christ. Paulie is out of control tonight. I mean, he's literally insane. Paulie, we're trying to avoid lawsuits tonight, please. Just, if you could just try to maybe just 15% chill, Paulie. There goes Ashley, everybody. There she goes. I mean, you ripped up her stuff.
Even Tony feels the sting. I mean, you ripped up her stuff, Paulie. Tony catches a bad rap, and I would have to go case by case to argue either for or against that point, as he goes back and forth between being way better than people say he is and being far worse as well. But I don't think I've ever seen this pure of an example of pathos in Tony's eyes. Not only is he annoyed at Paulie's antics, I think he genuinely feels bad for this young woman. Then, after a moment that most of the fan base shan't soon forget, Paulie takes passive control of the show again, and Tony makes it clear just how annoyed he's becoming with a threat of thinly veiled, exaggeratory comedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Heidi and Valerie Vaughn. This is normally only reserved for arenas having both of them at the same time. Oh my goodness. What did we miss? A tit pop out or something? What was that second pop for? Yes. How could I have guessed that a tit popped out?
Let's give it up to the Kill Tony band, killing it.
Oh,
tonight.
okay. We're going to do that right now. Again, Paulie, I'm about to beat the living shit out of you. I swear to God. I'm about to beat... You're going to be the first guest I ever beat up during the show.
Now, before you go accusing me of reaching, of course, I don't think Tony is serious. I don't think he's really going to beat Paulie's ass. But the frustration that he speaks with is real, even if the threat itself isn't. And having now watched the whole episode, I have to say that the quote threat was where Paulie's interruptions pretty much came to an end. I think he started to stable out or mellow out on whatever was in his system, and he really started just kind of going with the flow. As I said, this was a quickie, but I think a bit of a thickie, and that does pretty much do it for this story. But before I do my sign-off, let me just say that Ryan J. Ebelt usually has some pretty great work, but this depiction of Roseanne is just downright disrespectful, bruv. Can't help but notice how quickly they cut to the painting of old school Paulie there, and I can't blame them for doing so, as this is, well, really something. Anyway, this has been Critical Leaks, and in the meantime, be nice.